Hey everybody, we're going to go ahead and try out pixel art today and we'll see if we can make a bouncing ball animated. Um, so let's pop it open here. Um, this is pixelart.com. You can sign up if you have an email address. You can make your own little profile page and save things on the page. If not, you don't have to sign in. You can just start drawing. You'll have to download your drawings to your computer. You won't be able to save them on their website. So let's start a new drawing. And it doesn't really matter exactly what size it is, but if it's too big, you have a lot of pixels to deal with. 32 by 32 is pretty small. We'll do 64 by 64 for now. And then the max is 700 pixels, but that's pretty huge. The sprites for like GB Studio or like 8-bit, 16-bit games are usually like 16 by 16, or something like that. So you can see that 64 by 64 is going to be pretty large for like video game style, but maybe not for drawing. If the ad pops up, just click X. It'll probably jump back out every once in a while and come see us again. So here's our toolbars over here. The square tool lets us draw rectangles or squares. So we'll start with that. And then the paint bucket lets us fill things in. So let's find a nice green for our grass, and then we'll fill that in. This is a line tool, and so we can scroll back over here and we'll draw a line for the ground. And then how about we pick a nice sky color and paint the sky in, right? Here's the circle tool. So we'll make a circle. Oh, but since it's blue, we don't want to do that. So we'll make the outline black, okay? And then let's fill in and make this a red ball. So we have lots of different choices here for the colors, and we can kind of scroll that wheel. And so let's go ahead and make a ball red, okay? And then we'll fill that in. Now, if we want to make this a little bit more realistic, we can add some shading to it, and there's a couple ways to do that. We can choose darker reds, okay, to add shading to it and create the different shades and tints on the ball, or we can use this thing called dithering, which actually creates a pattern. So if you just color like this, it just colors every other square, and you can use that, okay? You can click undo here if you don't like what you did. So we could just shade the ball with the dithering brush and make it seem like it had a little shadow on it that way, okay? Or we could do different colors. So let's try the different colors just to see how that might work. So we've got red here. Let's do maybe a little bit lighter red. Oh, we still have our dithering brush on, so we'll turn back to the pencil and we'll go a little bit lighter here and make that seem kind of round. So coloring pixel by pixel is a little tricky. It takes some time to get used to, but gives you a lot of control, and you don't have to be super great at drawing in some ways, because you can just click one pixel at a time and shade everything in. So do this. We'll have like 3 different ones, okay? So I don't know. Maybe we'll take all the red out and have these be. Now if we wanted to, we could quickly fill that all in with the red. Okay, this is the color picker, so we could pick this, and then we could fill that all in there. And then maybe if we wanted to highlight, we could put a little highlight on our ball like that. And over here we can see kind of like our preview panel over here, which is what it looks like over there. So let's pick the color picker here, And let's do this color just a little bit more, okay? We don't have to spend a ton of time on this, but you can see how you could get into it and really be worrying about placing every pixel perfectly to make it look exactly like you wanted it to, but that doesn't look too bad. And some people might think, you know what, Mr. Moose, it doesn't look too good either, but we've got the right idea here. So we've got the ball shaded. So now what we want to do is we want to animate it. It's starting up there like this. So if you click down here, you can add frames of animation. So you don't have to redraw everything. If you just click copy frame, you get the exact same frame. Okay, and now we're selected. You can see that it has whatever frame you're on has the little blue line under it. So we're on number 2. Okay, you can zoom in with the wheel on your mouse. And what we're going to do is use the select tool, and we're going to select the ball, and then we're going to cut. So Control X, okay, and then Control V, and we're going to move it down about part way, okay, and then we'll click out of it, and then let's use our color picker here to pick the blue background, and you can switch this into the secondary color. So right click does that, and then we'll right click to fill in the background, okay? And then let's copy that frame again, and now we're on our 3rd frame. So we're going to repeat this. So we're going to select the ball. We can click cut too, cut, and then, although I don't know how to paste, so I'll push Control V to paste it, okay? And then we'll drag that down a little bit more, okay? We'll click over there to keep it there. We'll select our paint bucket and fill that in, okay? And you can preview anytime, so just click the play button, and it's like, okay, well, it's going down, but it needs to bounce off the ground, so it's just playing those 3 frames in a row. So let's copy the frame again, and let's move it down one more time. Control X to cut, Control V to paste, and we'll move it down just a little bit more. And then we'll do one more frame. Fill in the blue, and then preview. Okay, so far we're going pretty good, looks fine. And then copy the frame, our last frame here as for what we're going to do. Now, we could just put the ball and make it bounce off of the ground, but when it hits the ground, if we really want to make it look animated, we should have the ball deform a little bit, okay? Now, I can't draw an oval tool on this. I wish I could. This just draws a circle, so we're going to have to draw the oval freehand. But we can get a little help by using these mirror tools over here, mirror Y and mirror X. Mirror Y means anything I draw mirrors up and down, okay? And we can undo that. Mirror X means anything I draw mirrors left to right, okay? And if I have them both clicked, it mirrors X and Y, okay? So we'll undo that, and we'll click this, and then let's select black here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw the ball right here, but we're going to make it look more like an oval than an actual circle, okay? And we have to clean this up a little bit to make it look perfect, but that's what it is. This will actually take the longest of any of this drawing here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our color picker here, and we're going to, I want to pick this, get back to my pencil, and then we're going to kind of fill this ball shape. Okay, we can do this way, or we can do the paint bucket again to fill all of these areas. And then we want this to be kind of an oval shape, so we'll have to clean it up a little bit. I want it to be even with these sides, so let's get our pencil out here and let's do that. Let's turn off the mirroring so that now we're just editing one pixel at a time, okay? And then we'll kind of even things up here a little bit and make it look more round. So let's color pick this shape again and switch, and then we'll color pick this. So I'm using black here and red here. Whoop, there we go. Back to my pencil. So red and then black. And then we'll pick this color. And we'll try our shading a little bit. Use the bucket tool there. And then we'll pick this color. And do this part. Color pick this one. Put a little highlight in there. Okay. And that doesn't look too bad. It's not perfect, but we'll get it cleaned up just a little bit more. So you can see how this part of the job is a little bit time consuming just to pick out all of these little parts and pieces. So let me finish this up a little bit and then we will come back when we're ready for the next part. All right, cool. I feel better about that now. So this is an effect called squash, okay? And animators use that squash and stretch to make things look like they stretch a little bit, or squash to make the animation seem more fluid and more dynamic. So let's select this part here now and let's clear out. We'll just click delete. And then let's use our paint bucket to fill that in. So let's see what we have now. So right now it squishes just at the very end. So we want it to bounce back up, but we don't need to redraw everything. We can do something kind of cool here. So it goes down this way. We can see, we can click this frame, okay? And then we can copy the frame, and then we're going to click this arrow here to move the frame over. Okay, so now it bounces down and starts back up. And so then we're going to copy, when we click on this frame here, we can copy that frame and then move it down to the end. Okay, and then we can click on this frame, copy that frame, and then move it down to the end. And then let's click on our first frame, copy that frame, and then it's moved down to, we'll move it down to the end. Okay, so let's test this out and see what we got. Okay, so we can preview, bounce, 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 bounce. Cool. All right, so it works. And then what we want to do is you can change the speed that it bounces. So you can change each individual frame for speed, or you can change all frames. So these are in milliseconds. So if you do 500 milliseconds, it takes half a second for each frame. That's actually pretty slow, right? And if you click 50 milliseconds, that's pretty fast, okay? So we'll probably keep it at 100 milliseconds for this one, okay? So we've got our preview here. That looks pretty good. You can click this button right here and download the GIF, like download it as a file right to your computer, okay? and then you can just save it and look at it there. Okay, or if you want to save it in the actual um, program and then share it out, you could do that. I actually made an earlier one, so let's see if this will. You can save it as public so other people can see it, okay, or you can save it as private too. So that's one way. I'll keep it private for now until I feel like I'm ready to share some things on the main page. And then most of the time, this takes a little bit of time when it's loading and creating the animation, but hopefully everything will load up okay, and then I will be able to show you the gallery page that has some of my other things. I've been keeping everything private right now as I'm getting to know the program and figuring out how everything works, and then eventually you can share out things and then people can comment on them and check it out. So hopefully that will fire up here pretty soon and upload into the page. Alright, cool. So go to image, and there it is, bouncing. How fun is that? You can click here to my gallery. Okay, all this stuff is private, so you wouldn't be able to see it, but you can see that I made another one the other day, and if you mouse over them, then they bounce. So it's kind of cool. It's pretty fun. Okay, the challenge of the day the other day was to draw grass, so I tried that challenge of the day. So it's kind of fun. It's pretty cool. Check it out. It's called pixelart.com, okay? And see what you think, okay? See if you can make some other kinds of animation. There's a whole bunch of tutorials on this page that you can go to. Let's see if I can find that here again one more time. Oh yeah, click home, and then if you scroll down here, challenge of the day for today is solar system. You can see those entries. And then want to learn pixel art? Cool. Here's a whole bunch of tutorials that tell, and they talk about squash and stretch and other methods of animating and shading and working with pixel art. I think it's pretty cool. So if you're going to spend some time in front of the screen, try to spend some time being a creator and not just a consumer. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Talk to you guys later. Bye.